What are brownfields and how do they impact Las Vegas? Well, I'm going to give you a quick little science lesson here and talk about the beautification that comes out of brownfields, which are not known to be beautiful to begin with. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is Symphony Park and what it was built on. So it was the old Union Pacific Railroad, and there were all kinds of chemicals there like petroleum and arsenic that seeped into the ground and even into our groundwater. Now, Las Vegas has an amazing refining station and basically it cleans all of the water. So our tap is actually fairly safe. Whether you like the taste or not is up to you. However, the water is actually fairly clean. I mean, yes, it's hard water. There are chemicals in it. I'm not trying to say that it's the best thing for you, from fluorides and all the different things that may be in it. However, it's not terrible water. Now, what are the brownfields and what does this actually mean? Well, there's all kinds of different ones, but ultimately they are contaminated grounds. Now, back years ago, there were certain things that we used that we didn't know were contaminants. And if you really look at the history of Las Vegas, I mean, before it was a little gambling city, there was mining and more mining and more mining, and there's still mining in and around the city. So, we have contaminants here. We mined for manganese out at the old Three Kids mine, which is now being developed into a 3,000 unit housing complex. So there's going to be 3,000 single family homes there, give or take. And, Tuscany was also an area that had to be redeveloped because of the proximity to Black Mountain and boron and other chemicals that were there. Now, Cadence, that was actually known as a toxic waste dump, and there were rocket fuel deposits. There were just other things in the ground there that had to be cleaned up. Now, the good news is the federal government and the EPA does grant money, and we're growing as a city. So we can't really just yellow tape this stuff off. We just have to do what we could do to be as safe as possible. There are people that are worried about getting that fish tank and fish growing a third eye. However, the reality is there is a lot of testing. Now, guess what? In 50 years from now, we're going to look back and say some of this testing might have been adequate, might have been inadequate. We're not sure. We can only do the best we can, just like we do with our food consumption and water consumption and pesticides. And, I like to go as organic as possible. And sometimes I'm even wondering how organic actually is. That said, we've got some really great things. The Lou Ruvo Brain Institute was built on the edge of the brownfield. All of Symphony Park. We've got an old abandoned NV Energy station out in North Las Vegas that's being redeveloped. Again, all of these areas, even just simple mining pits, a lot of times have contamination because of the way that the backhoes and the shovels and everything go into the ground and what they have to do to release from the ground. How do they soften caliche? All of those different things impact the environment, and we have to clean it up. However, as this